TIFU by lifting something heavy when I had an ovarian cyst. Happened yesterday. So I have severe endometriosis and grow very large ovarian cysts. For the past couple months I have had an ovarian cyst that I was waiting for surgery to get removed, along with my entire ovary. The cyst was about the size of a grapefruit at last ultrasound. My doctor had advised me not to lift anything too heavy or do anything too strenuous, as that would increase a risk of it rupturing. Last night I had something to carry from my car. It was about 10 pounds and I was too stubborn to wait for help and didn't think 10 pounds would be too heavy for me to handle. Well, I was wrong. I lifted the object from my car and immediately I felt severe, sharp pain. I knew the cyst ruptured or twisted on my ovary. I doubled over and immediately went into fight or flight mode. At that point, it seemed more logical to get in my car and drive to the hospital than to walk back inside and get my phone to call for help. So I drove myself to the hospital, wailing and crying the whole way. It was about a 25-minute drive. I parked my car and had no idea how I was going to walk all the way inside. But I was still in flight or fight mode and somehow managed to get inside. The last thing I remember was a nurse helping me into a wheelchair, and I don't remember much after, because I went into shock. Many tests and a blood transfusion later, I am home from the hospital and doing better but still so sore. I have major anxiety just thinking about it and worrying about it happening again. It was hands down the most painful thing I ever experienced. TLDR. Had a massive ovarian cyst, was told not to lift anything heavy but I didn't listen. Cyst ruptured and I was hospitalized for severe bleeding and treated for blood loss and an infection. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have expected 10 pounds to be too heavy either. I hope you heal well and quickly. Heart. Holy cow. I would probably have done the same as you. Stubborn to the end. I hope you heal fast and don't have to experience that ever again. Had this happen and they were wheeling me in to take out my appendix that they thought had ruptured, when someone had the idea, oh maybe it could be an ovarian cyst instead. Quote, I still have my appendix and I'm so glad for whoever recognized what was happening, as I was literally writhing in the worst pain imaginable. Had 2 kids naturally and the pain was less. I had this happen. Mine was 15.5 centimeters. My gyna consultant said it's ranked as one of the worst pains a human can endure. I had to have surgery and lost my lefty. Hope you get it fixed ASAP. I feel sorry for you. I had a doctor once tell me that ovaries didn't have pain receptors, so you were fine. This is a joke. You're a badass for getting yourself to hospital. I still think a ruptured ovarian cyst was the worst pain I've ever been in my whole life. And I had 2 C-sections after that. If it makes you feel better, it may have twisted regardless. I had an 8 centimeter cyst that torsed my ovary while I was sleeping at 25 weeks pregnant. I feel your pain. It's absolute hell. Glad everything worked out okay in the end. Sending hugs. My ruptured ovarian cyst was the worst pain I have ever felt. I now have no ovaries. I'm sorry this happened to you. I wish you a speedy recovery. My GF just got a hysterectomy plus a bunch of other preventive measures done for her endometriosis. And it's literally night and day. She's gone from bedridden to walking our dog every day, looking for a job, and actually getting to spend quality time with friends and family. If you live anywhere near TN, please MSG me and I'll give you her doctor's info, because we had to go through 56 DRs over the course of about 10 years to finally get a doctor who was competent and willing to do the surgery before she's 30+ years old. Finding a doctor who actually specializes in endo and PCOS was life-changing. You are one BAMF hun. Definitely a TIFU, but you handled the fallout like a champion. Hope you feel better ASAP. Oh man, I have endometriosis and I'm just reading this with my eyes wide open lol. I'm so glad you're okay, that's so scary. Life is for learning. Now you have parameters for understanding the risk of being kinda stubborn and lifting something versus the pain. And you'll assess situations from a new perspective in future. Take care of yourself. OMG, I'm so sorry. That sounds so painful. I have endometriosis as well as cysts and fibroids. I go in the end of the month to do one last ultrasound and I schedule my hysterectomy. I'm so excited. I hope you can get some well-deserved relief. I wouldn't blame yourself. I had an ovarian cyst burst just sitting at work. Lost damn near a liter of blood directly into my employer's chair. Sorry. I wrapped a trash bag around my waist to drive my ass to the ER. But they didn't remove the cyst? So you still have to go back for surgery? How large was your cyst? If you know, my GF has some come and go at certain sizes that DRS aren't taking seriously. Wow, that's a big cyst. What makes the cyst rupture? Is it from blood pressure or being squeezed by muscles when you're exerting yourself? I drove myself to the hospital when I had ovarian cysts. Only made it 4 miles before I pulled over and called an ambulance. I know the pain. I'm so sorry this happened to you and that you feel better soon. 2 laparoscopic cyst removals. The first one was a grapefruit as well, with the second requiring the left ovary and fallopian tube to come out as well. I have had the Mirena IUD for over 2 years now and no further monster cysts so far. But every case is different. Ask a doctor about it. Also, I cannot stress this enough. Get a GYN who specializes in endometriosis. What a game changer. And best of luck to you, sister. I got my fingers crossed you get some quality treatment and get your quality of life back.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.